Assalamualaikum and good morning. We are Group 36 from Lecture Hall 1. Before we begin, let us all know the topic question that we are assigned. As the world strives to create a more sustainable future, the transition to living an environmentally friendly lifestyle is becoming more prevalent. Therefore, we decided on fashion as our subject to look into the youth aspect of this issue and compare how Brunei has approached it to other nations. The title that we will present today is Sustainable Fashion Consumption in Brunei. Hi, my name is Shakira and my registration number is 22B0002. I will be the first presenter and explain in the introduction section.
Hello, my name is Akila and my registration number is 22B0207 and I will be your second speaker. Furthermore, I will be presenting for our group's report, Literature Review.
Hello, my name is Shamira. My registration number is 22B1023. I will be the third speaker where I will explain the methodology and the finding section for this report.
Hello, my name is Nabila. My registration number is 22B0170. I am the last presenter and I will be talking about the discussion and conclusion.
First and foremost, what is fashion consumption? It is the act of buying, using, and discarding fashion items for personal use. This includes shoes, accessories, cosmetics, and many more. One fashion expert, Lee of La Vida, believes that utilizing the power of recycling and reusing rather than just throwing things away is a better approach to consumer behavior. And buying and consuming fashion that benefits the environment for a long time. Fashion consumption is now a concern that contributes to global warming in the society where everything is constantly changing due to technology. Furthermore, the apparel industry generates a lot of fabric waste during the manufacturing process, which is just one of the many ways that harms the environment, such as pollution. Do you know that over 20 million tons of fabric waste are discarded annually in China? Well, now we know. China is one of the countries that have the most production of textile manufacturing in the globe. Hence, that is why the waste of the fabric is a huge problem. To reduce this issue, many countries are tackling this concern. And as for Brunei, Brunei has been practicing a sustainable method in fashion, such as thrifting, which refers to buying clothes that are second-hand. In addition, our research focuses on Brunei youth perspectives regarding sustainable fashion consumption attempts and understanding what they do with fashion in comparison to other countries. For more information, our study does not generalize for the whole population in the world, including Brunei. With that, I end my presentation and pass this on to my member. Thank you.
Thank you, Shakira. My name is Akila and my registration number is 22B0207. As previously mentioned by Shakira, fashion harms the environment, and this is mostly referring to fast fashion. As suggested by Sachs et al., though fashion is often criticized for harming the environment, fashion can be financially successful. Thus, this is why it's important to spread awareness on how fashion can be made sustainable to prevent further environmental harm. Based on one of the recent studies, one of the many ways is by using circular slow fashion business model, as suggested by Chantoveli. And what is this right say? Well, this model consists of using raw materials, such as organic cotton. Organic cotton consumes less water and less energy consumption, in comparison to synthetic fibers, which are mostly used in apparel manufacture. And it can be a harmful chemical pollutant that can cause respiratory disease as noted by Mukherjee. Another method to make fashion sustainable, as proposed by Salute Clothing, is to recycle clothing in 3 ways. 1 is to export clothes in bulk. 2, chemically reprocess into natural resources. 3, resell unwanted clothes in a much affordable price, which is what we basically call today thrifting. Although there are several ways to make fashion sustainable, that doesn't mean people would be willing to follow through or adapt new methods. As concluded by Niimaki, for some fashion companies, it can be difficult to make a business more ethical. However, they can take this as an opportunity to attract consumers that advocate a product that has environmental values. Last but not least, Hence, the following studies that I have mentioned, their viewpoints are mostly focusing on how fashion can be made sustainable. In contrast, our report's standpoint would be more towards Brunei's youth perspective and ways on how they actually implement sustainable fashion much more effectively in their everyday life. And with that, our next speaker will be explaining on how our research has been done and its findings.
Thank you, Akila and Shakira, for explaining the first two parts for this report. So before I proceed, my name is Shamira, 22B1023. I'll begin by looking at the methodology section and move on to the findings section. Okay, let's start with methodology section. We have used questionnaire targeting Brunei youth participants between the age of 18 to 30 years old. Once the questionnaire have done, we send the link through our social media platform to achieve our target of 50 respondents. And before that, the questionnaire is about understanding of environmental fashion in Brunei and how to reduce the negative impact of fashion. When we have achieved our target, we analyze our data to compare the trends of fashion in Brunei and other countries. Now I'd like to turn to the findings section. As you can see here, the graph shows the amount of times the participant purchases the clothes. You can see that the majority of the females occasionally purchases the clothes than males, and only few females often purchases the clothes, whereas they are none from the males. Next graph shows the action performed by the participants with their old clothes, whether they resell, they donate it, they keep it, or just throw it away. Are there any questions? Well, that's a very good question. I will address your question later. Now I would like to pass to the last speaker, which she will explain the last two parts of this report.
Hello, I'm Nabila, 22B0170, and we almost reached to the last part of our presentation. Now I will start with the discussion. Figure 1 shows that the majority of the participants purchasing their clothes occasionally, or in other words, from time to time. There are manufacturers contributing to this. For example, it makes them feel good or comfortable about themselves, and of course, it makes them appear more attractive or appealing. However, the habits of frequently buying clothes creates negative impact to the environment as water resources are depleted, along with rivers and streams are contaminated. Also, fashion industry accounts for 10% of carbon emissions produced, which is according to the UNESCO. Next, figure 2 shows how most males and females have different answers to what they do with their unused clothes. Majority of the female respondents chose to donate their unused clothes, while majority of the male respondents prefer to throw away their unused clothes. This is due to some reasons, as Bruneian youth are not sure of where to donate their unused clothes unless there are events like Ramadan or disasters like house fire. The attitude of donating clothes makes fashions more sustainable, and in addition, other countries also donate and throw away their unused clothes just like Brunei, but they have an excessive amount of waste produced, especially in America. To conclude, fashion have brought negative impact to the environment, such as pollution. In regards to this, certain proportion of Brunei youth have tackled the issues by being environmentally conscious towards fashion. This includes buying clothes from thrift stores and donating them. Also, other countries have been trying to solve the issues just like Brunei. And to further research, it will be better if there are more participants involved in the survey and make the participants of male and female equal for easier comparison. Here are the list of references. With that, we have reached the end of our presentation, and we greatly appreciate and thank you for listening.